Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Already? Is it really? Wow, that's amazing.
Fast week, right? Or is this just me?
Last week?
Fast week.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, it was a fast week.
I haven't said that in forever.
Yeah. You felt it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Why do we all feel the same thing at the same time?
I don't know. People say it's because you're getting old.
Yeah.
Well, but my kids feel it. They're not old. Huh. So
I just read a study about that.
Yeah?
The reason why for us, as we get older, is because nothing else is new. When you're younger, you still have a new...
How does that explain children then?
What?
Because they're feeling it too. They're feeling that time is passing quickly.
Really?
The ones I know.
Oh,
yeah.
None of my kids are feeling that.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't feel like a week is a day.
No.
And a month is like a week. And a year is like a month. They don't think that?
No.
All right. Because that's where I kind of am. And everybody I know feels that way. But apparently you know other kinds of people.
Like weeks seem to take forever, and they're long and exhausting, but yet time is flying at the same time. I don't understand that paradox, you know?
Well, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. You feel that too?
That one I understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good.
Deep thoughts.
All right.
Right? For Friday?
Right? So yesterday at the White House, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt sparred with a reporter on the topic of immigration and ICE enforcement.
Thanks, Caroline. Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 U.S. citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Are you asking me my opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Laken Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer. And shame on people like you in the media who have a crooked view and have a biased view and pretend like you're a real honest journalist.
That's great stuff. It's great.
Put that in your pipe.
She's right. It's absolutely right. I'll bet he has no interest in any of the facts surrounding ICE enforcement and what they've been going through and what has happened. I mean, he recklessly shot a person in the head. Okay, you've completely skipped over the fact that she ran directly into him. She sped her vehicle directly into his body. Jeez.
Well, at least we have the governor of Minnesota is.
Yeah.
He's putting the fire out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said, Tim Walz says, I'm making a direct appeal to the president. Let's turn down the temperature.
Okay.
Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are. And an appeal to Minnesotans. I know this is scary. We must speak out loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. We cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants.
Wait a minute.
I thought you were turning down the temperature. That's what he wants? Is to fan the flames of chaos?
Did anybody proofread that tweet before they hit post?
Apparently not, because...
What a...
Contradiction. Total contradiction. Of his own tweet.
Yeah, by the time he gets to the end of it, it's complete opposite of how it starts. That man is mental.
Also, you continue to fire up Minnesotans against ICE, telling them we urgently need to get in the streets. Well, it's not going to stay peaceful. It hasn't stayed peaceful. And then you continue to encourage them to get out there and do this. This is going to get ugly. Trump, is this the
next clip there of, to your point, Mayor Jacob Frey yesterday. And as he's talking, I want you to see, I don't know who this guy is. Is that the police chief? Who's the guy right next to him? Just watch he'll raise his eyebrows and he'll be like, what are you asking people to do? Watch this.
Okay.
And we're in a position right now where we have residents that are asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street, to stand by their neighbors.
Good gosh.
We cannot be at a place right now in America where we have two governmental entities that are literally fighting one another. Why are we put in this position? We're put in this position because we have approximately 600 police officers in Minneapolis, far fewer that are able to work at any given time.
And fight, right?
And there are approximately 3,000 ICE agents in the area. 3,000.
Okay. So that's the only reason you shouldn't be fighting each other?
The police chief's eyebrows never came down the rest of that clip.
Wow. Good heavens. This is just really getting dangerous because of these extreme radical leftists in office in Minnesota. Between Tim Walz and Jacob Frey, a civil war could break out there at any moment. That's pathetic. Talk about lowering the temperature. You're talking about a war between Minneapolis police and ICE. And the only reason that you're kind of saying we shouldn't be at war with them right now is because you're outnumbered? Jeez.
It's so weird.
Okay.
We say this with so many issues, Pat. It is so weird that they're on this side. You had a Latin Kings gang member arrested for allegedly stealing a rifle from the FBI vehicle. And
Latin Kings!
Right. Tom Homan calling for the releasing of the identities of these anti-ICE protesters. He's like, we're going to create a database. I mean, you're not going to just show up, cause this trouble, and then go on with your lives. He wants to find these people and arrest them, and he should. Good. It's crazy, man.
It sure is. Minneapolis resident has some ideas for how the city should be pushing back on ICE agents.
We are on our own. So what are you going to do about it? I acknowledge the difficulty of a city standing up to the federal government, but that should only inspire our creativity. I would recommend that our snowplows should dump snow to block the roads to the Whipple building and any staging areas to prevent these thugs from launching violent raids on our city. Also, our traffic laws apply to everyone. Minneapolis officers should be ordered to keep our streets safe by ticketing anyone going 31 and a 30, using a cell phone while driving, or not wearing a seatbelt. Make it personally expensive for anyone who comes here to attack our community.
Wait, does that
every moment ICE is delayed will mean the difference?
Do those traffic rules apply to Minneapolis residents or just ICE agents? Okay, all right, let him go.
Attack our community. Every moment ICE is delayed will mean the difference between our rights not being trampled on, our families being together at the end of the day, and our neighbors not being murdered.
What are you talking about?
If officers refuse to do this or look the other way, they should be reprimanded and fired for abandoning our city. Then volunteers should be vetted and deputized to enforce traffic laws and giving a path to becoming sworn officers for stepping up in this crisis.
Who are these psychos?
The actions of ICE is what the Gestapo looks like in the 21st century. They are here in our city. What are you going to do about it? Thank you.
Go home. That's what you should do about it. Go home and let them do their work.
Just looking here in the aftermath of George Floyd, it appears the city council of Minneapolis moved $1.1 million from the police to the health department.
Oh, wow. Wonder how they feel about that now. Now, all of a sudden, they want the police. Now the police are really important in their lives. Fascinating.
It is, right?
And unbelievable. It's staggering what is happening here. The attacks and harassment on ICE agents continued yesterday. One protester from the other night took a pepper ball to the face. And here's what that looked like.
Okay. Watch this kid run up. Watch this guy run up with a megaphone. Oh! Oh, no. Is it wrong that I laughed when I watched this originally? He's still down. He's still down because he is... Oh, you're coming with me. Oh. Every night in Minneapolis now.
Yep. Jeez.
Okay. So let's start this from the beginning, but turn the sound down. And just watch the kid run up. You don't run up at a cop.
No.
He's got
Sure
the megaphone yelling in the face. Here he comes off camera and into the cream. Okay, you're going to charge me? Okay. Okay, now you get to know Paul Harvey's rest of the story. Okay, let's follow up with the interview that this individual did following getting shot in the face because he charged cops.
Well, can you tell us about your injuries now and the prognosis? Will you be blind in that eye for life?
From what I've heard the doctors say and everyone else, yes, I will be blind for life.
Blind for life?
They said my globe was ruptured. I had my lower lid was cut up, and they had to take skin from my temple to fix it. There's a lot to it. I don't remember all the things that they said. I have fractures in my skull that they can't fix, and I can't sneeze or cough because it's dangerous too. I remember also when I shot, there was pepper in it, and I had pepper down my throat. It made it hard to breathe for a long time.
Oh, no.
They pulled a piece of plastic the size of a nickel out of my eye. They said I had shards of metal, glass, and plastic all throughout my eye and behind my eye and in my skull. And they also
how long
said
ago
I had
did this?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure that out.
How long ago did this happen?
Yeah, I thought this was listed as happening the other night, but
guys had no surgery and everything in the meantime.
Yeah, there's no snow in that video either.
No, right.
So I don't know where this was.
Wow.
Well, bottom line is FAFO if you're a protester. How about that? This is just generally that's just your public service announcement for anybody charging cops in Minneapolis.
You can't do that. I mean, I feel bad for the kid.
Yeah. Not bad enough to care.
No, because you did something absolutely asinine, and you found out that was a really bad idea. There are consequences for your actions, and in that particular case, everything that you're going through right now is a consequence of your action.
Let's see here.
And maybe all protesters should understand that. You can't rush police like that. Jeez.
Okay, this was
they think the thing is, they think all of this is okay. Mm-hmm. They believe that they have the right because they've been told by their leadership. They do have the right to hassle ICE. They've called them Gestapo. Well, nobody in this country has respect for the Gestapo. Of course they're going to rush them. Of course they're going to oppose every move they make. They're Gestapo, they're Nazis, they're murderers, so they don't have any respect for these people. And so bad things are going to happen.
And how many times has the governor of their state referred to this as a civil war himself?
Over and over and over again.
And just for clear that up, that happened on January 9th, so a week ago today.
Oh, wow.
At a California protest.
California,
that's where that was.
Wow.
21-year-old individual with lovely fingernails painted beautifully.
Very lovely.
Black.
Very nice black. Yeah.
Kind of match his eye now.
Yeah. I mean, that's sad. But
yeah, it's sad.
It was a stupid
He's
move.
lucky he wasn't standing in front of their vehicle. How about that?
Yeah, right.
Don't run up to an officer.
Yeah.
And he's got the megaphone. God knows what else he has. I mean, don't take chances.
Yeah, they don't know.
And I don't think honestly, I think the officer was shooting into the crowd, but the dumbass kid ran up on him and ran right in front of the rifle.
That could well be. Conversely, if you're in a vehicle and there's an ICE agent in front of you, don't slam on the accelerator and drive into him. Yeah. She wouldn't have been shot had she not. I mean, that was another consequence of her actions. Correct. It would not have happened had she acted responsibly. And she didn't. She just plain didn't. They weren't following orders. They weren't listening to the direction from the law enforcement agents. She'd be alive today. She might have been, I don't know, handcuffed and taken downtown, and then she'd be home.
Yep.
Would have been that easy.
Yep.
It's really too bad.
And we play this in overtime, and I think it's fair to play the Scott LoBaido. He's a professional protester, and this is his advice to all of y'all who are protesting.
Okay.
Happened in Minnesota. This woman who is now dead, sadly, she leaves a child and a wife. And it shouldn't have happened. I have a right to comment on this more than 99.9% of all of you. So listen to what I'm saying here. Why? Because I am the protester. You understand this?
I do.
For 35 years, this is what I've been doing. Thousands of protests, dozens upon dozens of arrests. And the reason I am still here, or I don't have stitches from a billy club, or I don't have marks from a taser, is right here in this image. Every single time that I have been arrested, you will notice my hands I place behind my back as I am told when I get arrested. I do not resist. I do not spit. I do not curse. I do not struggle. I do not fight or be aggressive towards the authorities who are there to arrest me, because when we protest, we step over a line that is there, and that line happens to be called the law. And thank God in this country, we can step over that line sometimes, but we have to understand that we are now in a different zone, because that cop over there, I think his kids got leukemia. That cop over there, I know, was in a bank robbery last night with the thugs, and he got shot at, and he's back out in the street, but he's all high tension. And that guy over there, that cop, I know his wife is the mailman, so I'm in the high tension area. And these have guns, batons, and tasers. We have a system in this country, it's called the court of law. And whether I'm wrong or right in the situation, officer, I didn't do anything wrong. Put your hands behind your back. Yes, sir. And I will take that up with the judge and prove my innocence. Right. I do not bring the courtroom right there at that high tension moment. Do you get what I'm saying, people?
I do.
This woman would still be alive. I don't think she was the kind of woman that would have done what she did, which was resist and be aggressive towards the authorities, as you see in the video, and you can all fight about that. But let's get to the base here. The base is the wife is probably looking to sue Trump or the police or the ICE or this or the time. She needs to look at the Democrat, liberal politicians, community activists, and the douchebag, self-loathing, divisive suckers in the liberal media that tell her and those like her to resist arrest and be aggressively violent towards any authority.
Because they love what happens afterwards. It's not happening to them, but they can encourage it to happen to you.
They have an excuse now, they think.
They're just creating chaos. Don't let them do that. I mean, that's good advice right there from a guy who's protested a lot.
30 years, Pat.
35, he said.
35? Okay.
Yeah, been doing it for 35 years.
Andrew Dice Clay looking a little different than I remember.
He does sound like Andrew Dice Clay. Love it, though. Great message. I mean, nicely expressed, too. Colorfully expressed.
Well, you needed those colorful words
to
drive the point.
It fits
does
his
fit,
accent.
yes.
So, yeah.
What are you doing over there? Protesting over there?
You're talking to me over there. You ain't talking to me. A lot of Minnesota residents are thrilled that ICE has been hard at work in their communities. We just don't see them much. But
you know, I love the suburb I'm in. So ICE was just in my suburb at our local grocery store while I was there, and they were grabbing somebody. Nobody in the grocery store stopped them from doing their job. Everybody was clapping and excited about ICE being there. People were hooting and hollering, chanting for ICE.
Wow.
You gotta love small towns in Minnesota, honestly. We are so stoked. And honestly, you know what I did after the ICE agents got done with their job and what they were doing? I said, can I buy you all, like something to drink and something to eat? And I did. And I sure did, because you know what? I'm excited that ICE is in Minnesota. Really excited. I'm not going to tell you the suburb I'm in, but it's close to Stillwater. We'll just leave it at that. Best thing I've seen today is watching an ICE agent arrest somebody and send them back to where they came from. Love it.
What a racist.
Super happy about it. Love the suburb I live in, because there was no protesting. Nobody stopped them. Nobody did. Because no one gives a. We want them gone.
We want them gone.
Well, There you go.
Ta-da!
I mean, there's probably a lot of people that feel the way she does. We just don't see them. So thank goodness that she put that out, because you forget sometimes. You think that all of Minnesota is just radical leftists.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. But there's a lot. There's a lot. And, that group has been so encouraged by their Democrat leadership. Man, it makes it hard. Jeez. And that's what they'll say about her, is that she's just a racist because she wants ICE to deport people who shouldn't be here. Why is that racist? I don't care what color they are or what country they come from. If they're here illegally, from Norway, send them home. I don't care. Especially if they're criminals. And we heard 70% of those that ICE is looking for right now are criminals. So, I don't know. Why do you want criminals to stay here? Why?
I didn't know that number. I'm so glad you said that. Let's remember that. 70% are already guilty of something other than just being here illegally.
Right. That's besides being here illegally, which is, by the way, illegal. And to me, makes you a criminal. Did you see that illegal aliens in Texas cost hospitals?
Oh, gosh.
In just, not even the last year. It's been less than a year. Over $1 billion. It was like $1.05 billion. Wow. In less than a year. According to new data released by the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. It's not from ICE. It's not from the Trump administration. It's from the Texas Health and Human Services Commission. I mean, that's astounding. That $1 billion has been lost by hospitals in the past year because of illegals. Why? Because they go in and they have to be treated. They're not going to turn them away if they're really sick. They're going to treat them, and then they can't pay, so the hospital incurs that cost. I mean, it happens every day in every city in America, but especially happens a lot in Texas. Go to an emergency room here and see how long it takes. When I had my issue, when my kidney had failed, I waited for 6 hours in the emergency room, suffering massive pain, having to listen to Joe Biden babble his State of the Union address.
Wow.
That was probably the worst of it, Forget the kidney failure. I could have survived that just fine, but not Joe Biden babbling. And I was forced to listen to him in that emergency room.
Comorbidity, I think they call that.
Yes. Yeah, he did have kidney failure and really out of control diabetes at the time.
And you had a crowded
emergency room.
That didn't need to be.
But really, it was Joe Biden that killed him.
And it's not just the hospitals.
No.
I mean, it's the infrastructure, it's the roads, the wear and tear, it's the public schools being overcrowded, and all that goes along with the deficiencies
the welfare.
there. And having to, stop teaching a class and make sure that the kids in there know English first.
Yep.
I mean, it goes on and on. The costs are everywhere. Now, you talked about all the criminals getting piled up that ICE is going after. I mean, there are sad stories where, someone who's just in this country illegally gets rounded up and their world is shattered and their family is separated. And here is such a case.
Okay.
Antonio Arceo and his wife moved to Maple Park from California 5 years ago to raise their 5 children and live near family. Then, last February, Antonio told me he received a call that changed everything.
I was working, and about 4 o'clock, I received a call from my wife's own cell phone. But a man was speaking. He asked in English if I knew Roxana Garcia, who's my wife. I said yes. He said, "It's the police, Kane County Sheriff. Your wife has been detained for not carrying a license. Can you come pick up your kid?"
Roxana had been stopped for speeding and was held overnight in the county jail.
Next morning, when I went back, she was no longer there. I asked the lady there, "How come?" They told me she was getting out the next day. She said no. Immigration came this morning and took her away.
Oh, wow. Bastards.
Antonio had no idea what the government had done with his wife. He spent days looking for her.
I went around to all the jails where she could possibly have been held, and nobody would give me information. So at that point, I was desperate, because we didn't know what had happened.
What he didn't know is that Roxana had been taken 6 hours away to southern Illinois, swept up by the administration's widening net of enforcement.
Oh, no.
Roxana was being held in detention.
No, don't say that.
Hi, Mommy.
I guess it's too late.
Yeah.
In Maple Park, Illinois, the Arceo family has been pulled apart. Last March, Antonio's wife, Roxana Garcia, who'd been stopped for speeding, was deported back to Mexico.
Oh.
She had a previous record of crossing the border illegally.
Oh, no.
Left behind were her husband and her 5 American-born children.
That'll do it.
Oh, boy.
If your wife, before she was deported, was in charge of 5 kids, what happened after she was deported? How did you handle this?
Yeah.
I didn't handle the situation. The situation definitely handled me.
Oh, wow. Pause it for just a sec. So, is this guy legal? Is he here legally?
I don't know.
And
they
hasn't
never
learned
addressed
a freaking word of English?
Right.
I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody would excuse this if the roles were reversed.
No.
If we were in Mexico and refused to learn a word of Spanish, despite the fact that we're there legally and we plan to stay there, come on. We just expect and demand everybody around us to speak English. That's okay? You know that wouldn't be okay in Mexico. And you know they will deport you if they find you there illegally.
Try harder, Antonio.
Wow.
So what we're watching here is another gem found in the archives from Mazemore. This administration that broke this family apart and separated them and sent the mom back to Mexico was none other than the Barack Obama administration. That's when this happened.
So great.
And Mazemore goes on to say, don't fall for people on the left saying that Obama only deported criminals. I asked you that number earlier. You said at least 70% right now are being rounded up. More than half of who Obama rounded up and sent out of the country were like Antonio's wife that didn't have other criminal issues other than crossing the border illegally.
But she had multiple crossings illegally.
Right. And in addition to that,
come on.
Somebody made a great point in the comments. Also, Trump inherited at least 12 million that we know of unvetted illegal aliens that Biden and his administration of Marxists just flooded in here. Criminals, gang members, murder, all sorts of stuff. Completely different. Trump is trying to clean up a mess that was a fire that was intentionally set. And look at Obama. And Mazemore points out that there are plenty of stories like this in this documentary that PBS did on the Obama deportees.
Jeez.
But remember, kids in cages. Who was that? That was Obama.
Sure was. Yeah. I mean, and nobody cared then.
Nope.
They didn't make any stink about that. That was not a problem.
No, they showed us pictures of kids in cages and said it was Trump, and it was during Obama.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. It is so maddening.
It is.
And the whole separated from your family thing. Look, if you've done criminal activity in this country, and you're an American citizen, and you have a family, they're going to separate your family too. If I go out and I drunk drive today, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do, but if I did and I was pulled over and caught and put in jail, they would separate me from my family. Why is that not okay for criminals, for people who break the law in the illegal community? Jeez, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, she's going to be separated from her family. She's been breaking the law repeatedly. Wow. I mean, it is sad.
Yeah.
Hate to see it, but they're adults. They're making these decisions. And again, there's going to be consequences when you make wrong decisions. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
too bad Jeffy's not here. I delayed it as long as I could, but had to bring in the cookies today. So.
Can I just, a moment of honesty here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yesterday when I asked you, hey, you going to bring those cookies in tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I knew in the back of my mind Jeffy wasn't going to be here, and I was hoping it would work out that way.
And it did. So more for us. Here is that hot chocolate cookie. I should take it out of the wrapping because, man.
Well, yeah, Pat, we have to look at those delicious goo
beautiful.
that you
Wait a minute,
guys
you're going to
make.
start eating that, aren't
So
you?
sexy naked. You won't.
Well, I love that when you open your case, I saw the Almond Joy cookie. I didn't know that was back.
And you grabbed that bad boy.
I sure did.
Wait, I've
The
never
Almond
had
Joy
one
is
of
back.
those.
You haven't had an Almond Joy?
An Almond Joy cookie?
Yeah.
Is there another one in that
Nope.
box?
I don't know.
There
We
isn't.
can look.
I looked.
I swear, it's always the Territorians.
The s'mores.
That one you
the
can
hot
keep.
chocolate. Oh, I just love them. I love them.
And that's homemade fluff, right?
Yeah, yeah. All of
That's
it's
so good.
All of it's homemade. We make it in-house. So it's really, really good. Kexi.com. Let's see. Oh, we were just talking about Obama's immigration situation, which was fantastic. We know he didn't round up and send out anybody, right? Oh, wait. No, that's not right. I think we heard the figure the other day, 5 million. I think he deported 5 million people during his administration. And were all of them violent criminals? No, of course not.
Less than half.
Less than half were violent criminals. Now, I don't have any problem with deporting people who shouldn't be here.
Right.
But they do, but not during Obama. They didn't care about that. They didn't even bring it up. Now, all of a sudden, it's a crisis. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. No, it is not. It's none of those things. And here's Obama talking about the deportation of illegals during his term.
As time goes on, 1,000 deportations on average a day. People are wondering, and our Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds, that's the question everybody asks. Won't you at least consider unilaterally freezing deportations for the parents of deferred action kids?
Yeah. Here's the problem that I have, Jose, and I've said this consistently. My job in the executive branch is supposed to be to carry out the laws that are passed. Congress has said, here's the law when it comes to those who are undocumented, and they allocate a whole bunch of money for enforcement. And what I have been able to do is to make a legal argument that I think is absolutely right, which is that given the resources we have, we can't do everything that Congress has asked us to do. What we can do is then carve out the DREAM Act folks, saying young people who have basically grown up here are Americans that we should welcome. We're not going to have them operate under a cloud, under a shadow. But if we start broadening that, then essentially I would be ignoring
U.S. law.
The law in a way that I think would be very difficult to defend legally.
Who is
so that's
this
not
guy?
an option.
I know.
Who is that?
I know.
He looked just like Barack Obama. Sounded like him, too.
Pretty amazing. So, did he separate families? Oh, my. Oh, don't tell me he did that. Please. Please don't tell me. I don't know. I don't know why. It was perfectly fine with him. Well, we do know. It's the Trump hatred. It's the TDS that people are suffering right now. And so everything he does is hated by the left, especially this. And they've latched onto this, and they're making it an issue that could drive us into something much worse than the place where we are right now. Meanwhile, John Fetterman was recently talking about deportations on Fox News. Listen to this. This is fun.
Border, and it was skyrocketing, and it's like, that's unsustainable. When you reach almost 300,000 people, that's unsustainable, and we need to, as a Democrat, it shouldn't be unreasonable to want to secure our border and do it in that way. And now let's also talk about ICE. Now, absolutely, again, what happened in Minneapolis was absolutely tragic. And then now, if you think, now this is from the Washington Post, this is the latest statistics. These are people that ICE now are, no, it's like, no.
He's having a hard time here.
67% have criminal charges, pending ones, or that. So that's more than 2/3. the people. Now there are some people that aren't involved in any kinds of illegal things, but so me, I think two things can be true. Round up all the criminals, deport them. They shouldn't have ever been here, and they definitely have to go. And now I don't want to see more and more things happening in Minneapolis now too. So two things must be true, and I strongly reject the extreme on either side, about this now. So we must be true. And I watched you earlier in your show. You just pointed out President Obama deported, millions of people, and there wasn't having the same kind of outrage here, here is from Democrats.
Thank you. I mean, he still struggles from time to time. He had a hard time getting through part of that, but it was pretty good. Yeah. He still got his point across, which is all illegals should be rounded up and deported. They shouldn't be here. All right. What a hater.
I tell you, man.
It's incredible. Jeez. I mean, he did before the stroke. I don't believe he felt that way.
Oh.
Right? Did he not? I mean, didn't change on several issues, although he still votes surprisingly Democrat based on what he says in public, because he's with us on certain things. He just doesn't vote that way.
He's a big fan of Israel, don't forget.
Big fan of Israel. Yeah.
And let's see. I'm just looking to see if his... John Fetterman has evolved from a focus on criminal justice reform and humane treatment of immigrants to advocating for both stronger border security and pathways to citizenship.
Okay, good. But good.
Yeah.
We should enforce U.S. law.
Yes.
That's not too much to ask.
And
Let's do that.
Obama was absolutely correct.
Yeah, he was.
It's not my job I follow the law that Congress passes.
If you don't like the law, change it. Just say it's not illegal anymore to cross our border. I think you're going to have some opposition to that, real strong opposition, but that's the way we do things here. If you don't like the law, you don't break the law, you change it. And so nobody's done that. Nobody said, and they know they can't. Nobody has said everybody can come here anytime they want under any circumstances. That's not a thing. So... when people come here and they shouldn't be here, then we should deport them. Period. Trump economic disaster advisor, Trump economic advisor Kevin Hassett, on another topic here. He updated us on the state of the economy yesterday.
The economy is booming. It's really astonishing, right? So if you look at the last 3 quarters, it's 4% growth, and now we're looking at something like 5% growth. And the 5% growth is 1.5% lower than the real number because of the government shutdown. And so we're seeing numbers like we saw right at the beginning of the Reagan administration, a little bit during the dot-com years. But there have been very, very few times in American economic history where things were as strong as they are. And I think that the reason is that President Trump's policies have really, really helped. So if you look at the big, beautiful bill that we've got expensing, we've got no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime. I think that the other thing that's happening is that the artificial intelligence boom is making productivity go up for firms all around the country. And you saw, the latest productivity numbers are showing something like 4.5% productivity gains. That 4.5 goes right into GDP, right? And so that's, I think that's where the boom comes from. I don't think it's really about the Fed, which is basically, the interest rates right now at the Fed are quite a bit higher than they are in most other countries.
Yeah, and they've come down a little bit, in fairness, but I mean very little. It's down to 6.06%, which is not great. Again, my rate with my last house, I think, was under 3%. I don't remember exactly what it was.
We are getting there. It's the what is the lowest mortgage rate?
Lowest in 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So what are you holding out for, Pat?
I'm not holding out for anything. I have to honor the lease, but we're looking for a house right now. So
I'm just wondering. Remember, the most terrifying phrase during COVID was the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope that high interest rates aren't
the new normal.
I know. And I
too.
hope we actually do get back to a place where our kids can own homes.
Some people are saying that's not going to happen, but I hope it does. Yeah. I really do. Still hopeful that it. And listen to what he said about the economy. That's not the perception.
Right.
It is the reality, but it's not the perception right now. This was Kevin Hassett previewing the upcoming Trump speech at Davos.
Davos, we know there's the big housing speech. What else can we anticipate?
There's also going to be some look at the new world order that President Trump is creating.
Wait,
and
what?
a lot of countries that were whining about tariffs 6 months ago and saying that President Trump was going to harm their economies had pretty good years. And I think it's in part because people recognize that President Trump has made it so that we are the shining city on the hill again.
Yeah,
we
okay,
are the engine of global economic
I like that
growth
phrase.
because the U.S. is really that strong again.
Please don't use the phrase New World Order.
Okay, so that caused
Please
you
don't.
some pause as well, right?
It did. Yeah, it did.
Uh-huh. So I didn't like hearing that either. That
No,
phrase
I don't like
is
it.
concerning.
It's concerning to everybody who is fearful of,
Yeah.
well, the New World Order.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I saw that clip first, and I had the same reaction as you did to that phrase, New World Order.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see this next clip, and you realize who it is and where he is, and you compare it to Hassett, now you're like, wait a minute, if I have to choose between one New World Order or this other one, I'm going to go with the Trump one. But this was weird, man. This is, what do we got? The Mark Carney?
Yeah.
Canadian Prime Minister in China.
As you mentioned, mine is the first visit of a Canadian Prime Minister to China in nearly a decade.
Oh, wow. That's exciting for him.
The world has changed much since that last visit.
Uh-oh.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order.
Wait, what?
It's a partnership with new focus
I don't care what else
and
he
greater
has to say.
depth.
I know.
And he wants you to hear that.
He sure does.
New
World Order. I mean, that's a flashpoint. That's a trigger point for many of us who, for decades, have been concerned about that very concept. One world government is described as the New World Order. I don't know if that's how they mean it.
Yeah.
But that's what they're getting to.
It's interesting that so if a Canadian Prime Minister hasn't been to China in nearly a decade, does that mean that Justin Trudeau never went? Because we know he has openly praised China. He doesn't need to go since he's already a communist. So that's interesting that it sounds like Trudeau was never there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mark Carney sending a message. The New World Order. So now that you've heard that, after the Hassett mention, now you're like, all right, give me the Kevin Hassett, Donald Trump New World Order if I've got to choose one.
I just, pick a different phrase. If you're not talking about one world government, just choose a different phrase. Okay? That would be great.
Funny.
Because, that makes us nervous. At least it makes me nervous. And I think you're there too, Keith. I think we've been concerned about that for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
Klaus Schwab. At the top of that.
Oh, man.
Pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, thank
George
you.
Soros, Klaus Schwab. All right. Are you being lied to? They tell you to max out your 401k and your IRA and then make you beg for permission to use your own money. See, I hate that. You'll know your tax rate in retirement is 0 under Bank on Yourself. With current tax law, which protects you from any tax tsunami that may be on the way, you can get access to your money for emergencies and opportunities with no questions asked with Bank on Yourself. There's no government penalties or restrictions on how much or when you can take your money, your own money. And when you use your own money, it keeps growing like you never touched it. Try doing that with a 401k or an IRA. You can't. You'll know the minimum guaranteed value of your retirement savings on the day you plan to tap into them and at every point along the way. You can get a free report that reveals how much you can bank on yourself and enjoy tax-free retirement income, guaranteed growth, and control of your money. Just go to bankonyourself.com/unleashed and get your free report. It'll give you all the information you need to make a decision. That's bankonyourself.com/unleashed. Bankonyourself.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Yeah. Wow. You see that, as we continue to deal with this fraud situation in Minnesota and elsewhere, Democrats also, Joni Ernst of Iowa said yesterday in a social media post that she stopped Democrats from sending $1 million to an addiction center with ties to ISIS.
Oh.
And she's called for a fraud investigation. Now, this happens to be an addiction center that is right above a Somali restaurant. And so, you think there's anything going on there? I'm sure not. She went on to say that Republican Mike Lee of Utah helped her stop the funds, but she called on the DOJ to investigate the alleged fraud scheme. Again, the center was located above a Somali restaurant that was run by 3 people who live in the same house. And they have a relative who tried to join ISIS. I'm sure that's not a problem. It's not them. She posted a letter to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi demanding an investigation into Generation Hope, Minnesota, that's based in Minneapolis. The organization was established in 2019 and is described as a Somali-led addiction recovery and substance use disorder center. I wonder how many patients they treat every year. That would be fascinating to see.
About as many as the daycares see in children.
That's what I'm thinking. Ernst said the group lists on their 501c3 nonprofit application 3 people as directors who live at the same address. She documented the organization's spending profile and said it suggests minimal direct services, opaque financial reporting, and heavy reliance on contractor payments, which should trigger immediate scrutiny and not federal taxpayer dollars. Jeez. In addition, Abrazak Mohammed Warsami was arrested in 2015 along with 9 others for preparing to travel to Syria in order to join the ISIS terrorist group. He's the older brother of Generation Hope Minnesota founder Abdiraham Warsami. The older Warsami agreed to a plea deal that included a 30-month sentence. Should someone with such associations be considered worthy of taxpayer funding? We don't know Abdirazak Warsami's current views on ISIS or its goals, nor how his influence may shape his brother's actions and aspirations, but it is undeniable that expressing admiration for someone who sought to commit atrocities against the U.S. raises most serious concerns. It's only $1 million. Don't even worry about it. Let him have it. What a hater. Wow. I mean, as we turn over this rock, there's going to be an awful lot of stuff that crawls out from underneath it. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And welcome to it. We have some tweets here. Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures tweets, how many of those 5 million deported by Obama ended up back in, Maddie, and were deported again in those 8 years? Mm-hmm. That happened a lot. And I hate it when you see that some illegal who's been deported, we just had a story like this a few months ago. He'd been deported 9 times and was driving drunk and killed, some innocent Americans and shouldn't have been here. Deported them over and over and over again, which is why Trump's attitude, really, and it was just that for the most part, Trump's attitude alone has stopped the flow. They knew under Biden and under Obama that nothing's going to be done. We're going to come in anyway. And we're going to ask for a border agent so that they'll feed us and give us shelter and then send us on our way to somewhere in the middle of the country. It's just incredible. Swamp Pirate tweets, that's why the Trump administration needs to go on a massive ad campaign and remind the American people that Obama deported 5 million illegals. Mm-hmm. And most were guilty of other crimes.
Yeah.
Over 50% of them did nothing else. So, yeah, that would be nice. But we're just, again, Republicans aren't good at that. I don't know why. They're just not. Lil Bird 10, good point, Pat. You'd think after many years being here and you're legally here, you'd be proficient in English. Yeah, or at least broken English. You could speak some kind of English if you've been here for, some of these people that we talk about have been here for 30 and 40 years and still don't speak English.
What were all the qualifications needed to live in Mexico as a foreigner?
Oh.
It's
an extensive list.
Was it Felipe Calderon?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it that laid it all out?
I think it was Calderon. Because he's also the one who said...
With Wolf Blitzer, right?
Yeah. He said...
if somebody do that without permissions, we send back them.
We send back them. And what he's talking about when he says if somebody do that, he's talking about being there illegally. So, yeah, there's all kinds of specific. There's some countries where you cannot even buy property in their nation if you're not from that nation. I think Singapore's one of the places where they don't even allow foreigners to own land.
I mean, this is just a quick Google research there. To live in Mexico as a foreigner, you generally need a valid passport, proof of financial solvency.
Oh, wait, what?
Which is
financial solvency,
income/savings, and must apply for a temporary resident visa or permanent resident visa through a Mexican consulate in your home country. Then convert it to a residency card at the National Migration Institute within 30 days of arrival. Providing documents like passport photos, application forms, and sometimes a job offer or criminal record check. The process involves proving economic stability with requirements varying for temporary versus permanent, blah, blah, blah. And it goes on and on. But you're right. I mean, there are some countries in South America, South and Central America, that require you to, like you said, you have to be from that country if you want to own any part of it.
Right. And look what we've allowed. We've allowed China to buy up about half this nation. An adversary of ours. Yeah, go ahead. You buy up all the land you want. In fact, buy up land near military bases. We don't have a problem with that. Where is that situation again? Is that
it was Arkansas, I believe, right? Or is it
Colorado? Arkansas, somewhere in there.
It was at the end of the runway, right?
Yeah.
Of the so it would have been Missouri. It would have been
Missouri,
where the bombers go out off.
That's where it is. Right next to a critical Air Force base. There's Chinese land. Okay. All right. Don't worry about it. I'm sure nothing could come of that. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? It's unbelievable. All right, turning our attention now towards Greenland.
You want me to send you back to where you were? Unemployed in Greenland?
Yes, apparently it's the most sought-after country on the planet right now. Rowdy Introvert, though, found some Greenland dog sled video.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait to see it. Is this the elite force?
This is the elite force. So when you hear of the elite force being dispatched,
this is what you're dealing with.
To keep Russia, China, others, I guess soon to be America at bay, this is what they'll be faced with right here.
Okay.
If you're a PatHead.
Is that the dogs screaming move back?
Yeah, sure. If you've watched this program for any amount of time, you recognize that.
That's a combination video.
Yeah.
Nice. Nope. Oh, God.
I want to see the dogs again.
Look how proud they are. Move back.
Now, Chris had the numbers for us yesterday. He was kind of piecing them together. And these are the official numbers of the European troop movement.
Yeah, the European force that they have sent, which is...
it's right here.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay, so Germany, let's start at the top. Let's start with France, who've sent the most troops there. They're really committed to the defense of Greenland. They've sent 15 people.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Germany, 13. Sweden has sent 3. Norway, 2. Okay. Finland, 2. Britain, 1. And the Netherlands sent 1 as well.
You're not done.
Uh-oh. Really?
Add in those 2 dog sleds.
Oh, and the 2 dog sled teams, yeah. Overwhelming force.
37 individuals plus 2 dog sled teams.
You know what they've just done is they've shown Donald J. Trump that you don't mess with Greenland.
Oh, thank you.
You don't mess with Texas, and you don't mess with Greenland.
In fact, I didn't even send the clip in, but Karoline Leavitt was asked about this European troop movement. Here's her full quote on that. Quote, I don't think troops from Europe impact the president's decision-making process, nor does it impact his goal of the acquisition of Greenland.
Oh.
Full stop. So there you go.
I'm sorry. You don't want none of that.
You don't want none of that.
There's 15 Frenchies there. Think of where you're going to put them when they surrender to you immediately. Where are they going to be housed?
Is that part of the uniform code of French troops? Do they
Yes.
keep a folded white flag in their pocket at all times?
If anyone shows an aggressive movement toward you, immediately surrender. So that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's why I said the Brownie troop could take Greenland, because it's mostly French troops that are there. So
did you see? Remember, we had the report yesterday that apparently it was reported that there was an attack called off on Iran at the very last minute.
Yeah.
Well, apparently U.S. military assets are being moved to the Middle East. So I guess they're not. We're not done looking at Iran yet. Apparently,
no, apparently not. I mean, we could still attack. Definitely. I think we weren't necessarily completely ready for the fallout that may occur afterward. Like, I'm guessing we could have attacked and everything would have been fine, but what about in the aftermath? And so I think we're shoring up our bases around there because they promised they'll respond, and President Trump has responded that if you do, you're not going to like the outcome because we're going to hit you harder than anybody's ever seen. Which, when he says it, I believe it.
Yeah.
Did anybody believe it when George W. Bush? I think I did initially when he said shock and awe.
Shock and awe.
We're going to use shock and awe over there. It's going to be atrocious what we do to them. And then it wasn't.
Yeah, it turned out it was.
Like everybody's like, what? That was shock and
shock and awe became attorneys at law. And to run everything by the attorneys before we do anything.
But I really believe, and I think the rest of the world does now too. I really believe Trump means it.
Yeah, and you can understand maybe why we weren't totally prepared to go after Iran, and we have to move assets because, like you said earlier, we're getting pulled in a different direction here with all these 37 troops Europe is sending to Greenland.
Yeah, we didn't realize we were going to have to deal with that.
So.
Wait, 37 troops from the EU? Ooh-wee. We don't want none of that. This is fun from Thomas Massie.
Oh, no.
He tweeted out, "Psst, Denmark, tell this administration the Epstein files are in Greenland. They'll lose all interest and will never be able to find it." That's brutal.
That's true.
He's funny, though.
Yeah,
He's really funny.
They lose interest. They won't care about you anymore.
I'm glad he changed his picture on Twitter, too, to the new goatee.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Civil War.
Civil War
reenactment?
picture.
Yeah.
He's
sorry.
a general.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. See?
The new wife must like it.
I think she does.
I think she does.
Yeah. She's what, 14? No, I'm sorry. She's legal. She's 18.
She's 18,
something
Pat.
like that.
Chill,
Yeah.
bro.
Stop it.
Chill. She's 18.
Hold on.
She is younger. Come on.
I have no
Okay,
idea.
She
sorry.
might be, I don't know. Is she
21.
literally,
She's 21. She can go out drinking with him at the
Hold on.
bars.
How? I honestly don't know her age.
I don't either, but I think she's in her 30s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's like 21. She can go to the bars and drink with Massie and the Civil War reenactors.
She's 36.
36.
Oh,
Okay.
so like a pass at 18.
How old is Massie?
I think he's in his
50s?
late 50s, maybe?
55.
Mid? Yeah, 55.
Yeah.
Okay. He also was approached in the hallway by a Laura Loomer type reporter.
Yeah. Watch this.
How's it going? Happy birthday. Thank you. So, Congressman, in the last 2 weeks, you repeated AOC's talking points on Venezuela, and Jasmine Crockett has retweeted you. When will you change your party affiliation to Democrat?
Oh, come on. Come on.
I vote with Republicans 91% of the time. And the 9% I don't, they're taken up for pedophiles, starting another war, or bankrupting our country. I don't know about that, Congressman. We'll see.
I will tell you, that's true.
How did you post that after that?
I know.
Owned you, man.
Just shut you down, and you posted it anyway. Congressman, if you don't vote with Trump on every single issue, every single time, then you're a Democrat. I mean, come on. Let's use our heads, please. Just a bit.
That clip, it cut off there, but I really think we need to address something else here. And she's had this for a while, but her logo, her Laura Loomer's thing is it's called Loomer Unleashed.
What? She stole the name of this show?
There it is. Look at this. See this?
Okay, this is getting to be egregious now.
Loomer Unleashed.
Look at that. She stole the whole word.
How you feel about that, Pat?
It wasn't bad enough that Sarah Gonzalez stole the un.
Yeah, she took the un.
And then Loomer steals the entire thing.
I mean, that's egregious.
It is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
We need to go to court over copyright violation here.
Yep. Okay.
So we'll be doing
Thank you, Joe, because that's exactly what I was going to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So did Trump get the Nobel Peace Prize? Like he has it now, right? Didn't Machado give that to him
Machado
yesterday?
was there yesterday.
There's no video of this,
no,
right?
there's no video. It's just yes, it was a private
She actually
meeting.
handed him.
She handed him
for good.
Yep.
Because
she insisted.
The committee said
you can't give away your Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, she said
she did it anyway.
She said, "Here it is, part of the tough act."
It was my great honor to meet Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela today. She's a wonderful woman who has been through so much. Maria presented me with her Nobel Peace Prize for the work I've done. Such a wonderful gesture of mutual respect. Thank you, Maria. That is nice. That's really cool. Now, of course, the Nobel Committee doesn't recognize that, but he has the prize anyway.
He has a prize. Tough.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, I want to see. It's going to be on full display in the Oval Office.
You know it is.
Definitely.
Have you heard of being micro-tired? It's that feeling that hits when things slow down and your brain tells you to take a nap, but of course, you don't have time. And on and on and on. This is because of your sleep quality. You should check out Ghost Bed, the most incredible mattress that I've seen. Award-winning mattresses? Yep. Over 60,000 glowing reviews? Check. When you lay on this thing, you won't believe what you paid for it because it sleeps like one of those, $5,000 or $10,000 mattresses, but you don't pay $5,000 or $10,000 for it. You pay a fraction of that. Ghost Bed has cooling features in every mattress that actually sense your body temp, and then it adjusts, so you'll never get too hot or too cold. It's really comfortable all night long. And unlike those dense foam beds, Ghost Bed has layers of perfectly crafted support that adjusts. I promise, when you lay down, you take that first deep, relaxing breath, you'll melt into this bed. Every Ghost Bed comes with a 101-night sleep trial, so if you don't love it, you just return it for free and get your money back. Ghost Bed is giving you their best deal of the year, plus an extra 10% when you use my code PAT at ghostbed.com/Pat. These prices are incredible right now, so don't miss it. It's ghostbed.com/Pat, promo code PAT.
Call us at 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed will return.
Welcome. A few tweets. Mother Stink Eye tweets, if Denmark won't sell Greenland, we should buy up huge chunks of the land like China has done to us.
Oh, okay.
Wayward Pirate, can we put together a who's more fearsome bracket starting with the dog sled teams, Miami Bike Squad, Venezuela security teams, France?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It would be a tough one. Sir Walter Raleigh. Raleigh.
Ocho Cinco.
Yeah. Sir Walter Raleigh. Wait, that clip from Rowdy Introvert was AI?
Huh?
It looked and sounded so realistic.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Huh.
Wait, that's AI? Come on now.
Can't be. Gliding right over the ice. You can tell they're elite. Just from that.
Yeah, don't forget Rowdy's site with all of the fun sound clips, PatHeads.com.
We've even turned to it because we've lost certain things in the other machine that died.
Yep.
So, very good.
Yeah,
and we really appreciate it.
PatHeads.com is our insurance for audio.
Yep. They just released a new poll on the Texas Senate primary.
Ooh.
And it shows some bad news for Jasmine Crockett. hate to report this because I know everybody's going to probably just break down and weep openly. Representative James Tellerico is leading Jasmine now by 9 percentage points. Now, it was the exact opposite last poll. But then people heard her speak, and it was like, okay, no, I can't. In a sample conducted earlier this week, Tellerico from Austin led Crockett from here in Dallas, 47-38. Another 15% were undecided. I don't know. The poll was conducted by Emerson College. It comes a month after Texas Southern University's survey found Crockett leading by, it was 8 points. So in both polls, Tellerico leads among Latino and white voters, while Crockett has, of course, overwhelming support with blacks. Tellerico had a 34-point lead among Latino voters, 29-point lead among whites. Crockett has the support of 80% of black voters. So there's that on the Democrat side. For the Republicans, the poll shows Attorney General Ken Paxton and U.S. Senator John Cornyn locked in a really close race that's probably likely to go to a runoff because neither of them are anywhere near 50%. In fact, they're not at 30% yet. So if no candidate gets to 50%, of course, they have the runoff. So the primary is in March. The runoff would be in May. But right now, the poll shows a very close race. Paxton with 27%, Cornyn 26%, 1 point behind. With all the money that guy has spent, and then U.S. Rep. Wesley Hunt has 16%. So there's a lot of undecided voters. You know, they should go to Hunt, frankly. At this point, I think he's the best option.
Yeah. Yep.
But get this. Paxton has spent almost nothing, and he leads by 1, whereas Cornyn has already spent $40 million. And I would have thought maybe even more than that based on all the ads we've seen over the last year. Jeez. And that's where the John Cornyn votes with Donald Trump 99% of the time.
Did you see, speaking of money on hand, Greg Abbott has $106 million on hand for the 2026 governor's race.
He's running again?
As he enters. He announced that yesterday.
Wow.
So
108?
106.
106. Okay. And who's running against him? I don't even know who's opposing him for governor.
At this point, I don't know that anyone's officially declared, but I'm not positive on that. But
I'd like to see who the Democrat's going to be.
Yeah. Can we revisit the Jasmine Crockett thing real quick? I mean, it sounds like, at least right now, that she could lose, which, of course, we all want her to lose and go away forever.
Except, would she be the better nominee for the Democrats against the Republican?
That's a good point. The point I was going to make is that there's always a danger, and I don't know that it applies in this case, but there's always a danger when a Democrat, a radical like that, loses in the primary, because then they can come back and run as an independent and still win. But that's more localized, like in a congressional district, a small area. I don't know that that's going to work in the case of a statewide Senate seat.
It would hurt the Democrat more than... So maybe that's a good scenario, actually.
Yeah. But I remember... you remember Cynthia McKinney from Georgia?
Yeah.
She was crazy.
Yes.
She was like the Jasmine Crockett of the day.
Yep.
I don't know for a fact. I was looking this up and I couldn't confirm this, but I feel like she lost in the primary, came back and ran as an independent and won. But again, that's a smaller scale thing.
Yeah. It doesn't happen very often. It happened with what's her face in Alaska, though.
Oh, gosh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
She lost the Republican primary. Lisa Murkowski ran as an independent.
That was dirty.
And won.
That was dirty because that dude with the beard really should have been the.
He would have been great.
Yeah. And they could have stopped Obamacare, right? Is that right? Or
yes.
am I wrong on
but instead, we got her again.
But I don't think she ever voted.
Oh, she's so terrible.
Anyway, it's politics is a dirty business.
It is. Yes, it is.
Whatever can get Jasmine Crockett out of the conversation as quick as possible.
And out of the Congress would be great.
And out of the Congress.
I don't know that you have to drop out of Congress to run for Senate. I don't know what the rules are in Texas on that. We should look at that. So I think that's come up before.
That's another thing where you kind of want her to stick around for a while. You're playing with fire.
Yes.
But still.
I mean, some of her stuff is fun, And that's why Stu loves it so much. He likes to hear from her every day. She just about makes my head explode. Karoline Leavitt yesterday was asked about, remember the Washington Post reporter whose house was searched by the FBI because they're looking into this leak that happened in the Pentagon, and the leaker is already in prison. So I don't know what they're trying to find, but
this is a long clip here.
Supposedly do we not have time for it here?
We're not going to hit.
Okay, we'll hit that on the other side. But I'm glad she was asked about it because there are some issues there.
Well, I mean, you remember the clip that we played of Alison Steinberg from Lindell TV versus Ilhan Omar the other day?
Yes.
There's a part 2 between those two ladies. If you want to see that, we have time for that.
Oh, good. All right, let's do that.
Clip 16.
Congresswoman Omar, yesterday you told me to please read when I asked you about the $9 billion fraud that you denied is happening, but I have it right here. I read. Look, Chairman Comer opens hearing on massive fraud scandal, $9 billion. That's what Comer believes because he's as smart as you are. It's not just Comer. It's Scott Besson. It's federal prosecutors. It's House Oversight.
So pleased with herself.
And state reps.
You could have that, ma'am. I think you need to get examined because your brain has been fried in some way, and it's not okay. I really hope you get some help. You and the Republicans here.
Take your own advice.
I'm sorry, I couldn't go to the learning centers that you're running over in Minnesota, but I think you should perhaps read what's actually
one of those learning centers.
Good for
I need
you.
one of those learning
Stick
centers.
up for yourself. Oh, she is so hideous. Good for that reporter because she kept going. All she can do, all Ilhan Omar can do is insult her. Not address the issues, not answer the question, just insult the person asking you. It's great. Wow. All right, more coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Is Hamas going to demilitarize? President Trump said Washington is going to reach an agreement with Hamas that will see them fully disarm.
Wow.
And he's threatening the terror group if they don't get on board with that. With the support of Egypt, Turkey, and Qatar, he says, we will secure a comprehensive demilitarization agreement with Hamas, including the surrender of all weapons and the dismantling of every tunnel.
Right. This is entering phase 2, right, of the peace plan?
Yes. Hamas must immediately honor its commitments, including the return of the final body. Can you believe they still haven't done that? Including the final body to Israel, and proceed without delay to full demilitarization. As I've said before, they can do this the easy way or the hard way. The people of Gaza have suffered long enough. The time is now. It's another sort of sketchy situation.
I'm going to say, so Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Iran.
Greenland.
And we got Hamas. Well, I was going to throw in Greenland at the end because it's like, you're just kind of...
Because that's the scariest one.
Well, you're just kind of creating an issue there. When you got some real serious ones happening right now.
Yeah. Yes.
But we need Greenland, though.
We do need it. It's critical. Can't continue.
Cannot move forward without Greenland.
No.
Whatever it is.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it is strategically located. There's no question about that. We do have a base there for that reason.
Gosh, I forgot about Ukraine. Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, Ukraine. Mm-hmm.
Still a thing.
Ukraine forgot about Ukraine.
Yeah, seriously, we haven't heard virtually anything about that for weeks.
No.
Wow.
The only time I hear about Ukraine is when I'm doing some Google searches on Getty, and I put Trump, and I see his stupid little face. I'm like, he's not Trump. But so he's...
you're talking Zelensky's stupid little face?
Yeah, and so he, I think it was last week or the week before, he was in Spain getting more money from Spain. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Go to Spain.
Good. Exactly. If they want to fund it,
yeah, they're closer to you than we are, so go for it.
No question. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt was asked about that Washington Post reporter whose house was searched the other day, and they say she's not the target, really, but this leaker, somebody who leaked important military information about the invasion in Venezuela, who's already in jail, was the target of it. But here's that exchange.
And regarding the investigation into the leak that the president referenced yesterday, what is the administration's position on the Washington Post reporter? The Post has reported that she was told that she is not a target of the investigation. Does the administration believe she did anything wrong? And then also, what is the administration's position on the Pentagon Papers case from the 1970s that affirmed reporters' right to publish classified information under certain circumstances?
Well, since this is an active investigation, I don't want to comment on it much more than what we did yesterday to obviously confirm the investigation, and I can confirm what the Attorney General stated, and the President as well, which is that the individual, unfortunately, a contractor at the Pentagon, chose to unlawfully leak classified and very serious information to this Washington Post reporter, hence why the reporter's home was looked into by the FBI, rightfully so. And the administration is not going to tolerate leaks, especially from within the national security apparatus of the United States government, that put our nation's integrity and our national security at risk. Full stop. The president will not support that. I know the Secretary of War will not support that, and it will not stand. And legal action will be taken against anyone, whether it's a member of the press or whether it's an employee for a federal agency who breaks the law. If you break the law and if you endanger our men and women in uniform, you are going to be held accountable, period, full stop.
But does
Jackie.
this administration believe that this reporter or any reporter has a right to publish classified information under certain circumstances?
Look, I think that we do not believe that individuals who have been given the privilege of holding a top secret clearance should be illegally leaking that classified information, and I know the American people agree with that. And I think it's a basic tenet of journalistic integrity not to publish information that could directly endanger the operational security or the brave men and women who are serving this country in uniform and putting themselves in harm's way to protect not just the people of this administration, but all of you in the press and all of their fellow Americans as well.
I think the answer to the question, is it okay for her to report issues that are classified or information that is classified, I think the answer to that is no, right?
Really?
I mean, classified information that could compromise our troops?
I mean, is it right? And is it illegal? I mean, those are two different things, right?
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know. If you're talking about national security that endangers a mission, you shouldn't be reporting that, at least not before the mission.
I don't think we disagree on that. You shouldn't be reporting that. But is it something that she should be criminally?
Is it freedom of the press?
Right.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
and the administration has to walk a fine line with this, and I think Karoline Leavitt's answer was perfect from start to finish, honestly, because she didn't say that it's a crime to do that. She just said, "Hey, if you want to protect the men and women," and that's the problem. So many reporters don't care.
Right.
They don't care.
They'd rather get the scoop.
Exactly.
Yep.
Than worry about U.S. troops.
But 2 days ago,
the crime here is the leaker, and that can't be lost in this.
And 2 days ago, U.S. Navy sailor Wei was sentenced to 16 years to prison after he sold secrets to China after being encouraged by his mother. So
What?
they're already...
He was encouraged by his mom.
Yes, he was
to sell secrets to China.
Yes.
That's a story I haven't heard about.
So I'm like...
That's interesting.
Yeah, how about we just chill with the leaking stuff?
Please. It's... Jeez. We just had the death of one of the biggest traitors in the history of this country. So that brings that whole issue up again. We've had some pretty bad traitors in the past. And you should maybe take a look at what happens to them. Although it's not as severe as it should be in most cases. You know, with... Jonathan Pollard with this, what was his name?
James,
Aldrich James. Yeah. Geez, they should get the death penalty for that. I mean, it's the one thing specified in the Constitution. The one penalty spelled out is death for traitors. So I don't know how they continue to.
So we should go back to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm surprised. So this guy in the Navy sold secrets, and I remember that story flying below the radar years ago, and it just didn't get much play. But he got 16 years. He was just sentenced. Is that right, Chris? What you're saying?
Yes.
That seems very light.
Sure does.
And just on the surface, just hearing that.
Does, really. Yeah.
I mean, you're...
That's
Okay,
bad
man.
business
That's-
when you're doing that.
That's really
selling out your country for money for any reason.
He's lucky to be alive,
Yep.
much less get 16 years
16
only.
years. Hope he has to serve all of that at least. Yesterday on Overtime, we stumbled into something fairly interesting that we found fascinating from Candace Owens. I don't know. You tell me. We've seen some support.
Which one when you start with this?
Well, here's the thing. Before you do that,
yeah,
there was some pushback from some people in this audience that they say that we have to watch the full episode.
Yeah, we hear that
So
every time.
I went back and watched the full
I
episode.
can't watch the whole episode. Don't ask me to do that.
I did it for you.
But good, thank you.
I did it for you.
Yeah.
And no, she's a wacko, bro. There's no context that explains her wackiness.
Like, look, I'm looking at the clock here. Pat, do you mind if we start with clip 23, though? The one that's the bottom one there? The time traveler one?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's...
Okay. Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay.
Why did Charlie think he was a time traveler? He said, as I showed you in earlier messages, that he was a time traveler and he had to find me. Is that just something people are saying to their homies in text messages? And again, not
they're
anything
joking
that
about? Yes.
I would
Yes.
have placed so much emphasis on back when he was saying it, but it came to fruition. The other parts, he did die young. Why did he think that him dying young was necessary in order to change things? He did die young.
was a
It
time
is related to Turning
traveler.
Point USA.
Okay.
In some way or another, at the very least, we could all agree it's related to him speaking at a campus event for Turning Point USA. I'm totally occupied by this. I tell you, I read these messages and I'm going, what is this? What is reality, actually? And
I don't think she
Charlie
knows. that.
died. Yes, like I said, it was related to this organization. And I think we would all agree that his death and the manner that they did it changed the world in ways that I don't think we can fully realize, or certainly not in a way that I can articulate. You just cannot pretend that all of this is one big unhappy coincidence. It's entirely plausible, I think, that they knew something about Charlie. And that's why they had him marked and had him monitored and had him likely followed since he was young. And maybe they thought, like the agents think, that if they swarmed him and they stayed with him and they pretended to be his friend, that ultimately they could control Charlie and perhaps change an outcome. They could literally change an outcome related to Charlie. So when for the first time in his life, because I do believe he was managed, I mean, I've already said I was handled. I didn't recognize that I had agents.
She has agents.
For the first time in his life, Charlie peeks
That
his
are
head up
handling
and
her.
starts to push back in a meaningful way. You couldn't stop him from becoming bigger. That seemed to be inevitable. But they panicked. They seem to have panicked, right? I mean, this is just starting to happen within a year. When Charlie's going like, hey, man, I don't actually think this. I don't actually believe this. And then he goes, you know what? Take the money. Take the money out of the organization. And they panicked. They freaked out.
No.
And their solution was, no, just kill him. Just kill him. We can't have this.
And that's Israel, right? She's referring to Israel there, the Mossad or whatever.
Well, at that point, she had introduced the Project Looking Glass.
Oh, but hold on.
Okay, we'll get into that in a second.
Hang on. Let's
get into whether or not Charlie told her he's a time traveler.
Full screen 3, please, Joe. All right,
so he tweeted or texted, right? He texted to her.
So she has this cropped where she refers to herself as I'm an alien. Now,
okay. Yes. So she's an alien.
He says I'm an alien, and then he responds with,
I think I'm a time traveler.
Read this like deadpan, because this is how I read it.
I think I'm a time traveler. This is my home, but I think you found me and time traveled with me.
And she just asked, is this how you text with your homies?
Yeah.
Bro, you
if
don't
you're
want to know
joking
how
around,
I text with my homies.
No kidding.
And out of context, you're going to... But put that back up, Joe. I don't know if the meeting between Candace Owens and Erica Kirk actually stuck with Candace Owens or not. But my question on this is, if I'm Erica Kirk and I have Charlie's phone, well, I want this zoomed out more. I want to see what was ahead of I'm an alien. Because there are
to me, that's entirely possible. It's likely he's joking about that.
Right. What did she say before that? That's what I want to know.
And who sent you this
she
picture?
said she was an alien, right?
Yeah, she said at a young age she knew she was an alien.
So he's responding to a weird thing,
which is
with
why,
an equally weird thing.
Okay, so that was my next question. Does she sincerely think she's an alien?
Yes, because that's why she identifies closer to cats.
Then I don't know, man. Then hell, I don't know anymore.
Did she say she said that during the?
Yeah, she did.
So she's being serious, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, she's being very serious.
He's probably just
because I'm curious to know how did you get those texts? Because in the broadcast she never showed texts.
Somebody sent that to us, right?
Somebody sent that to me that watched the whole thing.
Okay.
Did you guys watch the same episode?
Yes, because she's wearing different clothes in that picture.
I think she had to go back and find that.
Okay.
In a previous episode.
Yeah, because the
PatHead that sent this to me.
I took notes the entire time.
So I think what you watched came after. I think she, in this episode that you're talking about, Chris, I think she's referencing a previous episode where these texts were originally shown.
Okay, but let's get into the rest of it then.
Okay.
Yes.
And we don't want to take it out of context.
No, we don't.
I mean, again, Chris watched the whole thing.
I sure did.
So tell me if this is unreasonable to play Cut 21, the Project Looking Glass situation with the CIA.
You know what I wanted to talk about today? However, I'll save it for tomorrow. But this Project Looking Glass in the CIA, I wonder what they saw. Looking into the future, stealing not Egyptian but Sumerian technology, which is what they did. These are culture vultures. These Egyptsies is what they are. They wear whatever mask they need to. Do I have to pretend to be Catholic? Do I have to pretend to be Jewish? Do I have to pretend to be Muslim? No, they're thieves. They're glorified thieves is what these people are. And they've always been this since the beginning of history. And they stole some Sumerian technology that allowed them to predict outcomes. And that technology stopped working.
Pause it for a second. Okay, the Sumerians haven't been around for a really long time. Okay, since about 1700 BC. How did the CIA steal anything from them? Did we get a sense of that? Does she say anything about how that happened?
No, because right before this, she talked about how Pikachu used to have black at the end of his tail.
What?
Oh, that's true.
And then...
and now it doesn't?
And now it doesn't.
But,
and that means what?
That's your Mandela effect,
That's
right?
your Mandela effect,
Okay.
yes. Because before that, she talks about how Y2K, she talks about the Fruit Loom logo that was changed.
Yeah, where's that?
The Fruit of the Loom logo?
Oh, yeah.
Was changed.
The cornucopia thing is gone.
Yes.
It used to be there.
And do they claim it wasn't there ever? Is that what the deal is? That's usually what the Mandela effect is.
I don't think they have.
We just know they changed it and didn't tell us.
Okay, but she doesn't give any hint as to how the CIA stole Sumerian technology.
But remember,
first of all, Charlie Kirk's a time traveler, so he might have done it for him.
Okay, maybe he went back and got it.
You guys are getting ahead of yourself because she was supposed to talk about this today, and she was just giving you a preview.
Okay.
Our bad.
All right. Well, that's a tantalizing preview.
Yeah, good job.
Tell you, I bet people are going to watch for it today. All right. So, has she finished this one? Let's finish this one.
That allowed them to predict outcomes, and that technology stopped working.
Sumerian technology
in 2012. We're going to get into that tomorrow.
You can look
I find
into
it to be
this
fascinating.
thing.
I wonder
Pause
if
it
they
again.
saw Charlie.
I'm sorry. You need to look into the Sumerians had some kind of tech where you looked into this, I guess, box or cube or whatever, and you could see the future.
Yes. And it stopped working.
I need one of those.
And she goes into this.
Oh, so the Mayans were onto something.
Yes, it stopped right at the end of the Mayan calendar.
Wow.
December 2012.
And here's the thing about the Mayan calendar.
Okay.
The world will end in 2012.
And it
so
did.
when we get to 2012, it's over.
How far are we from 2012, Pat?
Can I?
14 years.
Exactly. So in 14 years, we're going to all stop living.
Can I throw a challenge flag?
Okay.
Okay, so
sure.
You've been alive since 2012.
Yes.
I mean, does it not feel like the world has ended since 2012?
It feels like
It's a
that, but that's
little
not what they
crazy.
were talking
I know,
about.
I got it.
Yes, it does feel that way. In fact, even before 2012. But the big thing was, and a lot of people believed it, that the Mayan calendar was going to turn out to be correct and that the world was going to end in 2012. It did not. I think we can all agree on that, can we? And so...
I'm not going to agree to that because I don't know.
Okay. All right, so let her finish this one.
Oh, no, that was it. That was all.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, then
Yes.
play the next one.
What's next?
Charlie may have been marked since he was a child. We've discussed these GATE programs that they have in school. And I just think on the basis of what he told me, that when he was really young, they wanted to drug him, but his mother said no, and he was really grateful for that.
Pause it. Okay, they wanted to drug him. Who? The school system?
The government.
The government.
The government.
Well, the government runs the school system.
Yes.
They wanted to drug my oldest child as well. And we said no. Now, that's not because we thought they were going to give him anti-X-Men pills. But it was because they wanted to give him Ritalin to calm him down in class.
Now, you got to remember, at this point when she's talking and rambling about this, she already told her audience about the Project Looking Glass, that she's an alien, and the world is ghetto, and she identifies closer to cats. And then she goes into this rant.
All right.
His mother said no, and he was really grateful for that. And instead, they decided that they could send him to this X-Men school. That's the best way I can describe it. I would certainly, by the way, for you internet sleuths, I'd like to find out which school Charlie had to attend. So he was pulled out of the regular school he was attending, and he had to go to some special school for the gifted, like he was an X-Man.
Like he was an X-Man. So it wasn't a charter school.
No, it was not a charter school.
A private school that was very elite. It was an X-Men school.
Yeah, like you said yesterday, Patrick
Stewart ran that school.
He was the principal or the headmaster.
Had to roll around in a wheelchair because of some kind of accident with, was it Magneto?
Magneto, yes.
Did that to him?
Yes.
So, okay, well.
I got to be honest, I'd rather go to the Marvel school.
Right? And then the whole cherry on top is Nick Fuentes, right? We don't like him. He's a bad person, makes horrible decisions. He is now saying that she's crazy.
What?
Yes.
How dare he?
And in this broadcast, she goes and says Nick Fuentes is a federal informant.
Who is?
Nick Fuentes.
Is a federal informant.
Yep. So that relationship is over between Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens.
Don't say that.
She had him. He did an awesome broadcast last night. I found it hilarious. He mocked everything that she said.
Well, I mean, how can you not? Seriously. Even if you watch the whole thing, you're still mocking it. How can that be? Chris, you saw it in context, right? You saw it in context.
I did see it in context. And like I said, there was zero evidence shown, and it was a complete waste. Oh, she did mention Brigitte Macron a couple of times.
Oh, okay, good. She's still on that.
She's still on that.
You can't do a Candace episode.
No.
That, right?
She also had a meltdown.
I want to know why she cares so much about that. Who cares? Let's say it's true.
Okay, fine.
And so what? Why do Americans give a rat's anus whether Brigitte Macron used to be a man or not? I mean, I don't believe for a second she was, but even if it was true, so what does that mean? Well, how does that affect us in any way? I don't know why it's so important to her. But what were you saying? Forget what that started as. But
I was like, she had one meltdown about getting fired from Daily Wire for talking against pornography.
But no, that was the Jewish thing.
Exactly.
So
she does not. In her world, she has done nothing wrong, and she's correct 100% of the time.
So
okay, well,
here's what I need. I need to see the 5 minutes after the Candace Owens show every day. I need to see,
what the response to it.
Like, I want to see. No, I want to know what she's like when the camera's off.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap.
Yes.
And woo, can you believe the stuff that I said today? Like, there's people who still believe in me. Can you believe this?
Maybe.
I want to see.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
Because if that's almost better for her than if she
for sure.
actually believes this stuff,
Yes. I mean, what was it during the Alex Jones trial? It was performance art, right? That's what he said. Of course, he was trying to protect his $1.7 trillion that they were trying to take from him.
But see, and that's the thing. No one's saying that she shouldn't be allowed to say this.
No, she can.
We're
it's
just
fine.
saying.
Whatever. I'm just saying it's out there. It's nuts. I mean, Charlie, do you believe in time travelers, first of all? You got to accept that. Do you believe in X-Men schools?
Right.
You got to accept that. Do you believe the CIA stole Sumerian tech?
Probably.
From 1700 BC?
It's the CIA.
The CIA was formed I think God said, "Let me create men and women and the CIA."
And the CIA.
yes, from the beginning.
No, that was Satan. Satan created the CIA.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen how much violence and chaos they perpetrated around the globe?
Yeah, well.
But I'll say this,
pin that on
Pat.
God.
We should do a Free Think Friday because me and Jeffy have found videos of time travelers who have come from 1,000 years.
Oh, I want to see that.
Ahead,
yeah, that would
100
be
years
fun.
ahead, 30 years ahead, and we should definitely.
That would be very fun.
Entertain that.
Yeah.
See if you can find one of them.
I will.
The biggest one.
The biggest
Whoever
one, yep.
has the most views.
Have you seen the guy from Paris, 2055?
No, I don't think so.
There's a guy he's stuck there. He's stuck there, and somehow he's managing to send videos back, but not himself.
Oh no, he's in 2055 right now.
He's stuck in Paris in 2055 right now, and he's sending us videos back to prove it. Now I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe they have Wi-Fi. I don't know how he's doing that.
It's interesting. Maybe they've got tech to send it back.
We're going to meet him pretty soon, right? It's 2026.
Right.
So, just for a couple of years.
24 years away. All right, 888-900-3393 is the number to call on Monday. Hopefully, Jeffy will rejoin us by then. And we've got overtime coming up later this morning.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.